Top 10 Anime Most Rageous Scene. Hello and welcome to The Genius. Today we'll be talking about the top 10 anime most rageous scenes. Before we continue, if you like these types of videos, don't forget to like and click the subscribe button along with that bell icon in order to be notified next time we drop a crushing top 10 list. Number 10. Itadori, Junpei's death. Starting off the list we have Yuji Itadori from Jujutsu Kaisen. Junpei and Itadori got really close in a really short time during the Mahito arc of Jujutsu Kaisen. Itadori felt a real bond with him and even felt a bit responsible for his mental state, being that Junpei was prone to depression. The only time he wasn't depressed when he was with Yuji. After seeing Mahito, a cursed spirit, literally toying with Junpei's soul and turning him into a monster, Itadori loses it and unloads on Mahito for tampering with his friend. Here's what we mean. Even though they got interrupted, this rage scene deserves a spot on the list. Just the adrenaline we get from seeing Mahito, who surely deserves every last one of Yuji's punches, get pummeled like this is more than enough to give it the number 10 spot. Number 9. Monster Card Assault. Following up, we have Weevil making the mistake of his life by pissing off the Pharaoh during their duel in the Orichalcos arc. Yami was already in a bad mood considering Yuji's soul was trapped in a stone tablet. During his duel with Weevil, he was thinking the whole time about how he would win and save his partner Yuji. However, his train of thought quickly changed when Weevil mocked him saying that Yuji's gone forever. He shows Yami the card Yuji's supposedly in and then tears it apart. Guess no one taught him to never mock an ancient pharaoh who's in a bad mood already. Yami, not knowing Weevil was just bluffing, turns the duel into a one-sided massacre of Weevil's life points. He plays a card where he draws until he manages to draw a spell or trap card. For every monster he draws, he gets to attack Weevil directly. Even though he just needed 2 of these, he continued attacking well beyond Weevil's life points until T had to stop him. Let's check it out. The satisfaction you get each time Yami draws and yells out Monster Cardo is so sweet that you can't help but rewatch the scene. Who knows where things could have gone if T hadn't stopped it, right?
Straight to the checkpoint.
Number 8. The Rage Shield. Taking the number 8 spot is none other than Naofumi from Shield Hero. Ever since Naofumi arrived in the kingdom, there's been one rotten person after another. And somehow they're all rotten only towards him. He was framed, shamed, and everything else bad could happen to him. Our favorite Shield Hero has been keeping all of this in and not taking it out on the people who attacked him, even though they deserved it. He finally snapped, however, when one of the only 2 people who ever treated him right in this world, Philo, supposedly dies to a dragon. He gets so mad that the system crashes. This unleashes the Rage Shield, which is the strongest offensive move so far. Naofumi loses his mind and Raphtalia barely manages to stop him. Even though he was a bit hesitant to ever use this again since he hurt his friends, but he surely shut the mouths of all those who were against the Shield Hero and thought he was weak at that point. Number 7. Meliodas destroys Danafor. Sate sate sate. Coming up at number 7, we have our favorite demon prince, good guy, Meliodas. We all usually know Meliodas to be the most chill guy in the room. He's always calm and seems confident everything will always work out. That only made us even more shocked when we learned that his backstory involves him going berserk on a whole country. After witnessing the love of his life die in his arms, Meliodas turns his mind off and lets his demon self take over. This leads to a huge dark mass covering the whole kingdom of Danafor. When Meliodas wakes up, the whole kingdom was annihilated. Guess he's earned the title the Sin of Wrath. Lesson to be learned: don't make Meliodas angry. Number 6. Naruto unleashes the Red Chakra. There are plenty of good rage scenes in Naruto, from Obito going berserk after seeing Rin's death, to Naruto after seeing Pain beat up Hinata, so much so that we chose this one purely out of nostalgia. The 9-tailed fox was hyped up for all the beginning of OG Naruto, and we didn't really know what it was about. So the feeling of both, hell yeah, Naruto's gonna crush Haku now, but at the same time fear, because this was the first time we see Naruto get like this, where he can't control himself. This was such an adrenaline rush for us viewers. After seeing Sasuke fall to the ground full of needles because he's just saved Naruto, our #1 hyperactive knucklehead ninja couldn't take the thought of Sasuke supposedly dying for his sake, and the Fox Chakra started taking over. Especially if you watched this as a kid, seeing Naruto's teeth and nails grow and his whiskers grow wider as he's pummeling Haku's mirrors was the most badass and scary thing at that time. Since there are so many good rage scenes in Naruto, make sure to tell us in the comments below which rage scenes you thought were more impactful. Did you like Obito's rage more? Number 5. Final Jet Gattling. One Piece also has its fair share of great moments, but taking the number 5 spot on this list is surely the finale Luffy vs Lucci. Luffy was losing the fight and he vowed to not fall again until he beat Lucci. Even after getting his insides crushed, but he still didn't fall, remembering everything he's fighting for, his friends, what they put Robin through, and how they even betrayed Iceberg. Luffy got incredibly mad, and in a final push, he unleashed a Jet Gattling with all of his might. Seeing Luffy's desperation and how he's truly going all out in that attack and the result it has, it surely feels earned. Here it is. Man, is that satisfying. Yeah, Luffy couldn't move after this, but it sure was worth it. On to number 4. Number 4. Eren versus the female titan. Now what's worse than having huge titans behind the walls of your city? You guessed it, having one on the inside. After Annie is revealed to be the female titan, she transforms inside the walls and goes on a rampage, nearly killing Eren while doing so. He gets impaled and crushed by a few rocks until his dedication and hatred towards titans becomes so strong that he can't help but transform into a titan as well. He goes berserk, attacking her without giving her any room to breathe. Eren's hate is truly scary in this scene, so beware. Lesson to be learned: don't be a titan. Coming in at number 3, we have Ichigo's Vasto Lorde form. In the bronze, we have Ichigo's death and resurrection as a hollow. After Ulquiorra overpowered him, he created a hole in Ichigo's chest to kill him symbolically. Orihime couldn't stand the sight of Ichigo being dead and tried healing him while crying her eyes out. Ichigo in his final moments could only hear Orihime's cries, and the hollow within him awakened. This transformation had Ichigo go berserk with no regard for life whatsoever. He was a true hollow, but one that could overpower the 4th Espada easily. It would have been interesting to see him use that form against other opponents, but it was a one-hit wonder. Nonetheless, one of the best moments in Bleach for sure. At number 2, we have Gon's Rage. Who would have thought that this nice and kind-hearted kid could descend into darkness so much? After confirming that Kite is indeed dead, he loses himself completely. Pitou makes the mistake of taunting Gon with Kite's dead body, and this makes Gon snap. He goes into a full-on rage mode as he unleashes all of his nen and puts the condition that he's willing to lose his life for just enough of a power-up to kill Pitou. He becomes an older version of himself, with power rivaling even the king of the Chimera Ants. He pounds Pitou with a barrage of attacks and continues attacking even after he's lost his arm. Seeing the black and white image of Gon is truly one of the most frightening moments in anime. Before we continue on to the first spot, on this channel we make a lot of top 10 videos like this one. If you like this type of content, be sure to hit like and click the subscribe button, as this will help the channel out, and you'll be able to see when we drop another top 10 video you'll like. Now, let's see the best rage scene in anime. Number 1. Mustang's Rage. Taking the number 1 spot, we have Roy Mustang from Full Metal Alchemist. After learning how his best friend Maze Hughes died, he targets Envy with no hesitation to kill whatsoever. He goes all out with blast after blast until he incinerates him to bits. But even after this, he doesn't stop. He keeps on blasting Envy right until the lieutenant stops him and he finally refuses to snap his fingers. It's truly one of the best rage scenes. At this moment, Mustang had no hesitation and no remorse, and Envy deserved every last piece of it. The combination of the satisfaction we got from it and the bittersweet emotion from Mustang losing himself for a moment combined with the relief we get when Hawkeye stops him at the end makes this the perfect rage scene, suitable for number 1. So do you agree with our list? If not, make sure to put down your top 10 in the comments below. Of course, it is a top 10, so if you like this video but we missed some of your favorite picks, type them down in the comments, and if there are enough new suggestions, we'll make a part 2. Until then, have a kick-ass day, and see you, fellow geniuses.